we'll continue onwards through Lair here. Again, things are going well. Anytime I haven't talked about the game for a consistent amount of time, you can usually tell that things are just kind of cruising. Because, hey, it's a good sign, really. No news is good news in this case. Of course, just by explicitly saying this out loud, I've doomed myself to an eternity of struggle moving on here, but hey, sometimes we have to do this in order to make things interesting for ourselves. And an army of blink frogs. Get away from me, please. IMB doing absolute wonders for us over the course of Lair. I think that's probably why I put so much credence into the power of IMB, even over something like Fulminant Prism, that is usually the kind of go-to conjure background damage dealing spell. I think that I appreciate IMB because at this stage in the game, specifically Lair, almost everything is melee ranged, and so it becomes so powerful and so effective to be able to affect the location of your enemies when they're adjacent, for sure. DCSS is listening. Thanks for the reminder. I was getting a little bit too aggressive against the game. An IMB due to knockback is useful the entire game, even in Zot. Exactly. No, it's definitely pretty spectacular. Beautiful work on the Fulminant, though. I'm going to try and use Fulminant Prism as much as we can just to keep it interesting, and it's about time that I learned how to properly take advantage of such a wonderful spell. And I mean, already so far here, definitely pulling its weight, to say the least. Been enjoying it quite a bit. Keep getting evocations paired with combat? I don't think so. This isn't a character where we care too much about melee. At least a boost to our melee will probably be throwing excess experience that direction at some point in the future, but until then, not a big deal. Okie dokie. Also, I should check. Who knows, maybe I missed the mute or did successfully unmute, so that's good. One way or the other, we're okay now. And as we so often say, onwards we go. Things looking pretty solid across the board. This is a potential Fulminant Prism target, but hey, it managed to do just fine without it. Beautiful stuff. Lightning Bolt also finally making its official debut appearance in terms of actual use here. Just slinging that buddy out left and right. Do love to see it. Friends? Hello? Hello? Okay, no idea where. I guess we killed them all? Bit of a shock to me, but hey, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. Now here's a Fulminant Prism target if I ain't ever seen one. Beautiful stuff. The next one goes here, and we have time to get out of this. Fantastic. That's the main thing. Let's not blast ourselves with Fulminant Prism if we can avoid it, eh? Seems prudent, seems intelligent to try and ensure victory in the future. You, friend, can just get blasted multiple angles. Beautiful. Oop, Wyvern, sorry, didn't see you there. Apologies, I will kill you in due course. In fact, almost not worth mentioning you, even though that's rude of me to say. I apologize. Wyvern friend, you are extremely scary and powerful, and I respect your almighty aura of terror, is what I meant to say, of course. Well, okay, so that's through the majority, the thickness? What was my brain going for there? The meat and potatoes of Lair here. We'll probably come back to clear the final floor once we're a little bit stronger. And until then, have to decide for a moment, or in a moment here, where we wish to go next. It's essentially a dichotomy between the Orcish mines or back out to the regular dungeon. We're probably pretty well set for the regular dungeon. We have seen Visible, thanks to good old Ash here. Alternatively, Orcish mines shouldn't be too much of a problem either. Between Mephitic Cloud and IMB, I think we can take most of what the Orcish mines would throw at us. Let's make sure to use special language or accurate language in order to not tempt the game into making me into a liar here. It's likely to not be an issue. I'm ready for that to be proven completely false, of course, but for the time being, I think we will just head into the regular dungeon here, try it out. Almost level 15 too, what new spell? Exactly, it's exciting times. I also completely missed level 13. Your comment jump-started my brain there into realizing that. So we got Agony, which is interesting. I've never really, oh, whoops, let's go capital I, then we can take a look at Agony. So we can do a little bit of nastiness on our own. This is something that I never really used much. Largely because necromancers, I mean, since the early days, back when they were a powerful force in their own right, and you could just have armies and hordes of zombies, they were almost similar to playing as a messiah of BO. That'd be interesting. But especially having this early on, because as Shaper mentions, Agony checks willpower for the torment effect here. And so early on, when we're not dealing with high willpower, especially against uniques, you've got my attention for sure, Agony. It's at least worth remembering that we have it at our disposal, because otherwise I'm likely to forget completely. Hello, Francis. We were just talking about uniques like you. Unfortunately, high willpower, so not great odds. I mean, can we even check? Will you tell me? Oops. Zed? Okay. Oh, not susceptible. Thanks, game. Really? Why does Agony... Oh, is Agony melee range? Because when creatures have it, it is called Agony ranged, isn't it? That's part of Djinni is using spells you never use normally? Exactly. I've never touched Agony. And it's about dang time. Oh, son of a gun. Don't do that. Please step into my mephitic cloud. Are you poison resistance? Or resistant, I should say. It doesn't look like it, so this should work. Agony is adjacent. Okay, so we won't check right now if that is conducive to our continued survival in the future. Oh my gosh, what the heck is even that? How, Francis? Get back. There we go. Now Francis is confused, you son of a gun. How dare you? Okay, Francis, I'm scared for when you pop around the corner, ready to do business. In fact, well, hello there. Dang it. That was not as effective as I was hoping. Oh my gosh, please confuse yourself. Please, if you'd be so kind. Oof. Cyclops joining the fight here is not exactly what we were looking for. I guess we missed our opportunity to, I mean, probably not cast Agony. Let's not go too wild now. But I was actually going to, at the very least, check out the percentages against a triple pip willpower target. Easy stairs. Now that would be the smart thing to do. But when have we ever done what is intelligent, you know? So, I think we at least have one shot. I can confuse the Cyclops. Okay, I'm hip, I'm with it. I got there. Then, another fulminant prism might do the trick. Lightning bolt might be a little bit safer. It costs a decent chunk of health, which is scary. But oh boy, is it effective. So Cyclops, please don't shake your confusion anytime soon. We do kill Francis way sooner than we had any right to, which you love to see. Out of depth unique, eat your freaking heart out. And then we run away, like the cowards we are. Fantastic. We did what we came there to do. Saw the sights, saw the lights, and now we just nope the heck out of here if possible. Hello, my slimy friends. You can all be treated to the fulminant treatment here. I mean, people usually pay big money for this kind of skin treatment. I'll tell you that. Fantastic. There we go. Oh, you're not dead yet. You were supposed to be dead. Never didn't have it. Exactly. Never even a smidgen of doubt in our mind. Completely calculated and quite brilliant, if I might say. Just genius plays. Oh, I can't even get through that one. straight face. But okay, fulminant prism. No, don't. Oh, you son of a gun. Of course, of course. I mean, of course, it was my fault. You have a point there, but don't do that. Don't do that. Something like this, maybe? Then we can even stand and fight, make sure we blast through. We haven't taken too much advantage yet of our bounce shot with lightning, but don't you worry, times are coming. In fact, I was rolling through the tier list of my favorite backgrounds just earlier in the stream this evening, and I failed to mention the fact that Air Elementalist, back when I first started the game, when I didn't really care about winning and I didn't even know winning was possible or how to get there, but I had fun with it. Air Elementalist was my favorite because I read a single guide that talked about how to get the like 5 bounce shot. You need a very specific positioning in a specific type of corner, and you can have your zap spell, your level 1 air spell, bounce around and hit the same target 5 times and like kill ogres on D1. And that just hooked me, and I absolutely adored that. So maybe we'll have to at least live some of that out in spirit in this run. And also Shaper, I absolutely love that. A genius play. So brilliant. I'm angry I didn't think of it first. Not that that's a surprise. I feel like generally chat is a mile ahead of me in terms of the clever, the witty repartee, as it were. High Elf Air Elementalist was your go-to way back when? Yeah, that definitely fits the bill for me as well. As well as any combination. Merfolk were really high up there in my frequency of play at the very least, because I very much enjoyed playing as a Crusader back in the day. Merfolk Crusader, I think, was one of my go-to thematic runs to try out. For Jorgrun here, running into them. Not sure how I feel about that. I should also check. I don't think I've missed any curses. I just haven't been interested in the ones that were offered. Hopefully, at least. But Jorgrun. We could Curari you. That's something. We are going to get blasted to Kingdom Come, though, if you get within even an inkling of being able to do so. So, let's maybe take a step back for now, rather. The old hands off the keyboard approach that has kept me safe so many times in the past. To read the Scroll of Acquirement, and holy cow. Left me stunned for words for a split second there, because the Ring of the Bruised Ruins is incredible. 2 pips of cold resistant, which means it gets rid of our vulnerability to cold and gives us a pip on top of that of resistance. Then willpower? Oh boy. Intelligence +4, Dex -2. Those all sound fantastic to me. That's a lot of gold. If only we had something to spend it on, then maybe, just maybe, it would be able to pull us off the tunnel vision, because immediately I see this ring, and I'm not even looking at what else is available. Yes, I want. Please, thank you. And the question becomes, do we want to switch to this ring now? We'd be getting rid of our evasion, most likely, losing out on cunning and fortitude, so we don't lose introspection curse. With that, that ring is going to get cursed. It's almost unfortunate because I kind of like the name, Bruised Ruins. There's a bit of a ring to that, I appreciate it, but hey, I'm sure Ashen Zari will come up with a better name anyway, so there is that to take into consideration at the very least. Yeah, you guess it's ring? I think so. I think so, I say, having already taken the ring. To make myself sound sure of my decisions in life. Brilliant work. But I think we will shatter some chains. We could wait to curse our cloak. That's what's waiting. You think that Randarts keep their name? Okay, let's take it to the lab. For the sake of science, let's confirm or deny these allegations that have been thrown upon the nature of artifacts in said game. It's a wordy way of saying, yeah, sounds good. Let's try it out. So we do get to keep our fancy name, which, bit of a mixed bag. I mean, I was excited for some wackiness. I have good faith in Ashen Zari. I think that they come up with really, really fun namesakes at the very least. But let's throw down a couple of these sons of guns. I mean, we're not going to overlap at all here. We're not going to hit with both unless we're very lucky. Maybe Jorgun wanders this way, gets blasted, wanders this way, gets blasted. That would be nice. But we can also get a bounce shot, so that works. Oh my gosh, and Jorgun's almost dead. And the prophecy, it came true. He stumbled this way and then he stumbled that way. It was a miracle. Oh my gosh. Well, that's 2 out-of-depth uniques that I didn't think I'd be able to fight at this stage in the game. Handily taken care of, if I may say so myself. Not that I can take all the credit, it's largely due to this beautiful Djinni, son of a gun we're running, of course. Do love to see it, to say the least. And Simulacrum, interesting. This is another one that I do not have much experience in, so let's head in. Another Necromancy, son of a gun, creates an icy replica from the corpse of the original being. This magic is unstable, so eventually the replica will sublimate into a freezing cloud. Simulacra cannot leave the level they were created on. Batteries not included. I should have probably gone on for that rant a little longer to make the joke actually stick and land, but too late now. We bailed. Have to live with our decisions, but definitely interesting to have Simulacrum here. Another spell that we've never tried. Can maybe allow us to steamroll a fight, especially once we start getting rooms just filled to the brim with enemies. Ooh, hello, troll. Friend. Welcome to the party. Please give me your skin. I'm not weird at all. I just want your skin, please. Hand it over. Okie dokie, we do get troll leather armor. So let's see, our AC would go down by 5. But regen is pretty huge. I mean, up until this point, we've been sitting at a pretty wild armor class, at least for a caster. So that's something, or there is something to be said for that, I should say. But being able to cast spells a little bit more effectively, sling them out left and right, plus the green and red combo, I mean, 'tis the season and all that, right? I think you gotta be a little bit festive in your arraignment in terms of equipment. Oh, what the heck is even that? Hello, Nurgle. You are not poison resistant, you fool. Mistakes have been made, and I will punish you for them. Okay, turns out neither of you is fazed by my mephitic cloud, you son of a gun. There we go. Finally get the confusion at the end there. But you do love to see that. Simulacrum is based on old chunk logic, so one corpse can sometimes be 3 simulacrum. Ooh. You done say. In fact, okay. Come to this body. ZL. Nothing here to animate. Whoops, I let it decompose potentially. So scratch that, give me a moment. Give me just a second. No, there's nothing. Really? No bodies? Orc corpse. Orc corpse. Do I have to be standing on top of it, maybe? Ah, there we go. All comes piecing together after all. Holy moly. Okay, so you get an army going in relatively short order. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, Simulacrum, you're gonna get murdered. Hoisted by your own petard there. I guess not so much as me just murdering you in cold blood, but that's such messy language. We don't like that. Let's instead frame it in such a way that makes us look good and makes our allies look like the idiots. Now that I like. And yeah, that's why it's good. You get multiple allies from one body. I'm very intrigued. Interested to see how this pans out moving forward. Should definitely IMB you instead of just trying to duke it out face to face. Seems kind of unnecessary here. Hello, my jelly friends. Well, what do we do with you? Probably just some fulminant action. Get that good, that sweet stuff going. Make sure we're out of the blast radius, but prep for some multi-hit here. Combo kills, if possible. Get blasted, you son of a gun. And in fact, let's do it once more. Love to see it. Okay, so maybe I'm starting to become convinced as to what all the fuss is about when it comes to Fulminant Prism. That's wild stuff. That's pretty sick. And Shaper, you don't like Simulacrum, honestly? Any specific reason, or just in your experience you haven't really enjoyed it in practice? You don't need a good reason, by the way. Just asking out of curiosity more than anything. Hello, my roly-poly friend. Stop it. Stop. There we go. Thank you, friend. And then we'll flame you. Not actually that effective. We're at the stage where Foxfire is not quite cutting it anymore. So that's good to keep in mind. That regen, yeah, with Fulminant Prisms, just spam casting them, pretty great. You dislike managing minions, but you like Summoner for some reason. That's fair. Hey, maybe you just, you know, Simulacrums, they're mindless, probably not great conversation partners. If you at least bring in like a sentient being or even, you know, a summon on the sidelines, I can respect that. I did not give this yet, Captain, even close to the amount of respect that I should have. So here we are in a dangerous situation. Again, the dangers of having a smooth run. Everything's going well. I'm barely thinking about what we're doing. We're just dropping Fulminant Prisms left and right. You get a Fulminant Prism, you get a, you know, as you do. As soon as we get the first signs of adversity, I'm crapping my pants here. This is no good. I regret all the decisions that have led up until this moment, and I apologize for disrespecting you and your family, Yaktar Captain. But never mind, get wrecked. You suck. I never cared about you or your kids, I guess. I had to decide on which family members we were hinting at just a moment ago. Not sure if we took the right tack in the end there, but hey, sometimes you just gotta roll with whatever the old Thinker 2 came up with, which is also a very cool way to reference a brain. Not at all weird, right? Overconfidence has never killed anyone, as the saying goes. Of course, yes. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious boon in every way. Not at all can be turned against you, and that's actually just wonderful. As we all know, the saying goes. Okay, we do get unlimited Foxfires with our regen, so that's kind of sick. I don't mind that. In fact, this may be a rare game where we actually enchant armor that we find at this stage. Normally, I'm always holding out hope for that gold dragon scales. Eventually, we'll get gold dragon scales, but I mean, some moon troll armor. There are a couple artifact troll armors as well. At least one, so maybe a couple is a generous framing device. Huh. I do like the sound of that. We can get at least back up to the armor class that we were sitting at before we made the change to the troll leather, right? Let's do it. Get a little weird with it. Try something slightly off the cusp of what we normally do in this kind of situation. I like it. Ooh, we get another Vision and Curse, Fortitude, and Cunning. Cunning's not bad. Less so for the stealth. We're making too much noise. Shockingly enough, and I do mean shockingly, Lightning Bolt, not exactly conducive to stealth. Cracking lightning bolts and thunder strikes across the interior of this space. Maybe not as quiet and as sneaky as you might otherwise have assumed. But dodging. In fact, Cunning Fortitude, that's the defense combo, right? Because we get all 3 defensive skills. That's shields, armor, and dodging. All for one low price? No. You gotta be lying to me, Ash. There's no way such a good deal would be even possible to be offered. Well, let's do it. And let's see, this ring is almost definitely never coming off our hand. So there is that. Oh, also Shaper, you reminded me. Do we have a shield? Not currently, but there is a buckler that we left on the floor that I meant to pick up earlier. That's important. But do you know what? I think maybe I'll could save the ring for like an introspection piece of use here. Because cloak, armor, and ring, all 3 of these are unlikely to leave our side anytime soon. That being said, There are better curses that we could potentially get in the future that we could put onto something a bit more on the permanent side. This is the one issue I have with Ash and Zari, is they force me rather, to make decisions. And that's not something we do here. We fly by the seat of our pants, or we force other people to make our decisions for us. That's just the vibe, I guess. But in the sake of moving forward here, let's do the Ring of the Bruised Runes. Ooh, Eggly also pointing out in perfect fashion here that you can't enchant once cursed. That is something we should definitely keep in mind. Moon, or not moon, but rather regular troll armor? No. Not cursed. Not yet. Not today. But we do curse our ring, and now for the sake of science, what happens to you? Ash, you brilliant being you. So Ash does rename it. I mean, Ash does know better, if we're being honest. It's right there in the description of the deity. They are all-seeing and all-knowing. They know the true name of this ring, which was Supernal Understanding. Boy, do I respect the crap out of it. But beautiful stuff. I'm glad we don't have to say no to the naming game, because I really enjoy that aspect. Oh right, armor has also been overtrained now. I gotta say, we've been trying to do really well lately at keeping all of our skills at nice round numbers, that they aren't a pain to especially certain viewers who don't enjoy seeing that kind of dishevelment within our skill screen. It gets a lot harder with Ash and Zari, because you never know when little like spurts will be added onto the top and completely ruin everything you had going for you in life. Such with our armor here. But don't worry, armor will be trained eventually in the future. For the time being, I want to put on shield. I want to find shield. Catch shield fire resistance is a trap. We know that's in a vault, but okay, it was just this floor at least that the shield was on, so I don't feel like a complete idiot, just mostly like a fool. But that's definitely something. That's an improvement. It's Fulminant Prism out here. You dang sons of guns. You will rue the very day. This we swear by all that is good and holy in this world. Fantastic stuff. Let's find that buckler again, shall we? Beautiful. Can even look, everything's fully castable now. We throw this shield on, no problems whatsoever. Who even needs to train shields? I mean, we're going to, but we don't need to. And that's an important clarification to make. We're just showing off is the thing. That's the biggest drawback of Ash, skills with decimal values. Literally unplayable, am I right? Ooh, hello Sonya. Welcome to the party. You do not have distortion. Okay. Let's just confuse you. You absolute fool. You moron. Chance to affect 100%. You're getting agony, son. And once more. Wait, can I not do it twice? Can I? Oh, I can. You son of a gun. Get wrecked. Get absolutely destroyed. Well, beautiful. Free Curari darts. That's what we call that. Definitely in a good position here for specifically taking care of the majority of named uniques, which I am very happy to see. Fulminant Prism, hopefully doing a decent amount of work for us. In fact, we'll throw down one more here. Make sure we're out of the blast, but our enemies are not. Beautiful. Searing Ray, still seeing the occasion to be in use here. Isn't that incredible? And Lightning Bolt, definitely huge upside on the back end. Ooh, and we get Cunning and Introspection. Ash, you shouldn't have. For me? Well, let's curse the Cloak of the Wheelwright then. Beautiful. More introspection, more dodging. One of these days, we have 0 training in dodging, and we're up to 4.4. How about that? Shields is also already just about there, so I think I will actually turn dodging on, and let's train this to something ridiculous. Like, I mean, I was going to go 16, and then I kind of backstepped what I said in my head a little bit moments before following through. 12 seems more reasonable. Let's go with 12. Ooh, this is an interesting floor. I don't like this. Do we have any good operational abilities here? I mean, obviously we can just drop Fulminant Prisms across the entire spectrum here. That would most likely pan out well. The issue is Barb's coming in. No Barb. What else? Confusion, not an issue. We actually, I think on our second last curse, we gained clarity. So that's fantastic stuff. You love to see it. You buddies are going to throw stones. I mean, it's a good thing this isn't a glass house, but I still don't think it's a very good plan moving forward, if you ask me. Distance North 2, exactly. We definitely want to get to the gauntlet if possible. In fact, I'm going to start with the magic mapping. Let's see how this operates. We have this stairwell here that is potentially functionally closer to the gauntlet because we don't have to fight through this nonsense. For the time being, let's put you here. Dang it, that's not a good place for a fulminant prism. Even a child would have guessed that, of course. Which is why in my all-consuming, ever-present genius, I did exactly the opposite. Great move, me. But it's not the end of the world for sure. In fact, we're still managing to take out some targets. Ideally, both these Cyclops die. In fact, let's do a quick I exclamation point. What do you even do here? 3d25. Holy moly. That's wild, friend. That definitely slaps pretty hard. Lightning Bolt dealing 1d77 is also a lot of fun. It's actually technically, potentially more damage. Whole 2 points higher in the damage scale in a whoop whoop. But Gargoyle Friend is resistant to it, of course. Is there any way I blast you without blasting myself? Oh, right there. Heck yeah. I guess also the other kind of caveat to throw on top of that was that we didn't want to blast this current sphere with our old one. Managed to achieve just such a result. Fantastic. What about you? Something like that maybe does the trick. Okay, Vampire's dead. Never stood a chance, if we're being honest. Gargoyle dead. And now we just Lightning Bolt the rest of the squad here. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so we made a lot of noise, but ideally we have an open path for the future. Lightning Bolt's 1d77 also gets more absurd when you factor in things like this, where we're hitting the centaur twice. So we can deal up to 144 damage. Wait, that's 154 damage is what I, of course, meant to say. Oh, doing math on camera. Always a fantastic idea. Never goes wrong or backfires, for sure. But regardless, crap ton of damage. Maybe that's what I should have said in the first place. You son of a gun. Stop it. Stop. Don't do that. Confuse yourself, sir? There, okay, whatever. Or we just kill you, that works too. Let's check out this gauntlet, shall we? Hopefully we have the resistances in spades in order to make it through in one piece, maybe get some fancy items. +4 Ringmail Iplegar gives positive energy and int +8. I mean, it's probably not actually a great change for us. I think it's not that much better overall than our previous Ringmail, all things considered. Int +8 sounds really nice. Will give us crazy amounts of spell power onto our currently castable abilities. Unfortunately, though, doesn't do quite as well in terms of casting our spells, because we can already do that. Int +8 is amazing, honestly, not gonna lie. Definitely for the spell power, it's pretty incredible. So often I find that my personal kind of litmus test of how useful I find intelligence is largely, can I cast my spells? Because sure, if I'm trying to get the like early level 9s, it's huge. But I think that the problem is on me here. And I think that you're probably more correct in your assumptions, because I think I look down on spell power a bit too much here. I mean, fortunately, because of our staff of conjurations, we have things at 100% that have no right being that good already. The fact that Fulminant is at 50% and it's 3d25, similarly to Lightning Bolt, only at 55, definitely makes me feel like I'm wrong here. But I can't help it. Sometimes those internal biases just have a way of streaming out. Yeah, look how good those could be, for sure. No, I think you're convincing me of actually taking the correct path instead of the one of least resistance in my own brain here. Fortitude and introspection. What the heck, Ashinzari? Why you give me all the good stuff? What do I have to curse? Oh my gosh, not much. This buckler isn't going to be around for long, but I do want to enchant this troll leather in the future, so... Alternatively, let's do a find. See invisible helmets? There are 2 of those lying around. Both trash. Oh my gosh, even the hat see invisible? What the heck is even that? In that case, see invisible hat? Then what? You just potentially made the cut in my mind. So that's this one in here. A statue in there. Hello, friend. Well, hello there. Let us probably take this route. I think I'm feeling that. Do we only have one entrance? Okay, we do only have one entrance. We have to go through ice time, fun times here. Good to know. Okay, please. Please just let me walk, game. I promise you, I know what I'm doing. +2 hat of stealth. Now that's something that functionally just as useless as seeing visible, but that's a bit of a ring to it. We get it a little bit sooner as well. Winning? Are you winning, son? So far. Seems like it, maybe? I don't know. It's a bit of a tough call to make, but it's going well at the very least, thanks. Having fun, which is the most important factor of all, too. Hello, my icy friends. Goodbye. Fancy seeing you here and all that good stuff. Agony probably doesn't work on you. You're probably not a living thing, right? Wouldn't think so. Like on here, Wall. Thanks. I definitely enjoy having it up, especially since it weeds out some of the people who I'd prefer not having around. But yeah, it is actually a green screen effect. This cow has a green background, and it's just been my go-to effect to throw on there. Occasionally we change it for thematic things, holidays and stuff like that, but definitely try to rep Pride as much as we possibly can. And yeah, thank you so much, Shaper, for gifting the sub to Star. I appreciate it a lot. That is absolutely fantastic. Of course, in the same breath, I do want to mention that no pressure for anyone ever. I'm not fully relying on this to get by or anything. I very much just take it as a nice little appreciation on the side, and for that, I very much appreciate it. Okie dokie. Where was I even going in my head here before I immediately threw myself into a tangent? Right, we picked up a hat. That's important. Maybe not the most stylish thing that we have going for us right now. Bit of a clashing outfit. We have green, red skin and hair, blue. Sorry, I did that opposite order, but you know what I mean. Green, blue, red, still all on there. A bit too much. It's a tip. Thanks, Shaper. I appreciate it. Very much appreciated. I said you were going to gift some too, but you gifted sub yesterday and Bank immediately put a hold on your card. Yeah, no worries whatsoever. Thank you for the sentiment even that alone I appreciate. Sorry about the hold on your card. That's always a pain when you have to go through all the hoops to get that sorted out, I'm sure. But wish you the best of luck moving forward at the very least. And never worry about gifted subs too. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate just having you all around watching me on this lovely evening. For that alone, thank you kindly, really. And Schaefer jumping in on it with a gifted sub to Acid. Perfect timing. Thank you again, Shaper. Absolutely killing it. No pressure to do that ever again in the future, but for now, thank you. Oh my gosh, Enderprince Cosmos. You're out of control, Shaper. Are you okay? Happy solstice. Okay. I like the festive nature of it, at the very least. I always feel weird whenever people gift me. It's the same with, like, I've never been good at taking compliments. I feel like generally when I get complimented, I just say, like, I just nod my head and smile. Or I awkwardly, like, stumble through stuff. I've been trying to train myself to just compliment them back. There's like always something good that you can point out about somebody, and there's like always something, you know, there to compliment. And that's a much better way, or much better go-to than my usual methods of just awkward, yeah, thanks. But in a similar sense, never know how to take this. So thank you so much. Thank you kindly. Oh yeah, the moon is incredible tonight. That's awesome. I will be taking my doggo out after the stream today, so I'll definitely take a peek for that. Is it the full moon yet? I haven't been keeping track of the lunar calendar, but I heard this full moon was supposed to be incredible this month. And Acid Grind does come in with a gifted sub for Brinth as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Glad your card is functional again. That's always a good piece of news, even in its own right. That is absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that. And yeah, it is the full moon tonight. Awesome. Yeah, I heard that this month was going to be super incredible and beautiful. And also, holy cow.